Geek Dad Life presents Toy Geeks, a live toy talk show. Tonight we're going to talk about the Haslab TVC Ghost and whether or not it will hit its final tier at 17,000 backers. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toy Geeks. My name is Jay, and with me tonight, special guest host Mega J Retro. Jay, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How's it going, Jay?
It is going. I just came on here from Nostalgia Unbox 1 year anniversary stream. If everybody was over there, a ton of fun with Jonathan. Congratulations to him hitting 1 year of toy tubery on the internet. He has really done a fantastic job. And yeah, so really happy and excited for him, and it was a lot of fun doing that. Also, if you saw earlier this week, he posted his toy hunt video that I did with him. That was a ton of fun. Kind of a nuts toy hunt. People are noticing that John isn't here. It was supposed to be John today, and if you've been kind of paying attention to the channel for a couple of weeks now, have at least heard that John's beloved dog Murphy was ill and sick, and terrible news this past week. Murphy passed away, and if you knew John or Susan, that's like their child, their fur baby, an integral part to their family, and they're absolutely devastated at the loss of their beloved Murphy. So definitely is spending that time with his family, with his wife, and it's tough. It's not easy. So definitely want to give him as much time as possible. So please, everyone, send the good thoughts, love, John and Susan's way, because yeah, it's one thing to lose a pet, but again, to them, just Murphy was more than a pet. Just nothing but all the best wishes and good thoughts and prayers. Whatever works for you, please send their way.
Yeah, positive vibes. And I've known a couple couples who their pets are their kids, and
yeah,
it's never easy. Like they shut down completely. It's a very, very tough time. So all of our thoughts and our well wishes go to John and the family. So yeah.
So anywho, thank you, Jay, for stepping in for John today.
Anytime.
And there's a lot of toy things to be talking about. But if John watches this on the replay, I don't know if we'll have time. But yeah, lots of love for him there. Yeah, I know D Amazing's beloved cat just passed away. So condolences to D Amazing as well. Yep. So yeah, please send all the love to John and Sue. But yeah. Okay. Let's talk about sillier things like the Haslab Ghost. And something I don't think I've talked to you directly about this specific Haslab. So what's your thoughts on this latest Star Wars TVC Haslab? Where do you side on this one?
Well, okay, so first of all, they didn't exactly keep it a secret. I mean, they were dropping hints like crazy. I mean,
exactly.
You did a whole episode. You did a whole Toy Geeks on confirmed
ahead of time.
Right? And Dole was absolutely positive that it was going to be the Ewok Village, but no, it was not the Ewok Village. Unfortunately, it was the Ghost, and it really it follows their very structured idea of we got a television series coming. We need something to support, and this would be the perfect time to do the Ghost. And you know what? For the most part, they have been correct. I mean, this thing shot out of the gate like it was on warp speed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was absolute hyperdrive. Like the hyperdrive just went whoo. Right, they made it to another galaxy in like no time. Unfortunately, as is the case with all crowdsourcing projects, you give people enough time and they will sit on that fence until it makes sense to them. And the reality is this, and you know what? We've seen the charts. We know the deal. Everything flatlines right in the middle, and then all of a sudden A week later, we're done. What are we at now? 10 days? We're
10 days.
10 days. I have no real fear of this making it. I mean, Ezra was just unlocked 4 days ago, something like that.
Yeah, a few days ago. Yep.
It was and as soon as that happened, I'm like, no, this is guaranteed. You know, you have Kanan next, and then you have Zeb. 17,000 at this point. I know it seems like, you know, what is it, 5.5, something like that. It seems like a long way, but in 10 days, no. Star Wars fans, them crazy, man.
Yeah,
they are crazy. This is gonna back 100%.
Because you know, we talked about it last week or the week before, just checking in on the Cat Slayer and this, and even at that time when it was like right near getting Ezra, I think when you just look at historically all of the Haslabs before it, there's the last day spike, and it's usually a pretty big last day spike because that also includes like all of the, you know, secondary toy store purchases and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So the thing is, and Brian Brink did this last time, and it probably a little bit closer to the final days here. We still have 10 days out, but if you look at both the sail barge and the Razor Crest, they both had big spikes on the last day.
Huge.
If you just kind of maybe split the difference between the two spikes, as you can see them here, it still looks comfortably able to hit the 17,000 for Zeb.
Absolutely.
But what I find fascinating is I've been seeing the comments online and stuff like I was like, oh, it's not gonna hit. This is another, you know, miss by the Star Wars team or whatever. And I'm just, well, one, it's already funded, and I think it's definitely going to still hit all of these tiers. I find it funny that there's a lot of concerns now that it won't hit it. And people are talking about the Rancor or Reva's lightsaber, but Rancor had a big spike. It almost funded the last day for Rancor.
Yeah.
So I think not only is it going to get to 17, I think it gets over 20,000 when it's all said and done. No worries, Brian. But I think we're getting close to maybe start putting in the projection in there, Brian. But I think if you just, again, as I assume Brian's going to do, is going to look at the historical, you know, last day spikes, and he was pretty much dead on with the Dragonfly, by the way. So I think this thing definitely, you know, gets close or should easily exceed the 17,000.
Yeah. So it here's the thing. Okay, we're all people, right? At the end of the day, and these natural fears always creep up behind you. At the end of the day. It's always going to be that thing where you're like, is this going to fund? Is it not going to fund? I mean, even like we did a whole live stream on my channel with the Cat Slayer, and right at the beginning, people were like, "This is never going to make the key."
Really?
The key is never going to happen. People were right at the beginning were saying, "Nope, not going to happen. The key's not going to happen." I had a running bet with with a Punk with Toys, and everyone can watch, you know, the aftermath of that. But he literally came on the channel and said, "Never gonna. This isn't even gonna fund."
Yeah,
and we were all joking about it. It was a lot of fun, and that's saying that, you know, 3 days later, there it was, right? And granted, Super 7 did add the international numbers at the time, right? But now that the key has funded, it had a bit more of a reach and then plateau, just like every single one of these. You give people enough time, and they will sit. I said it right at the beginning. They will sit on this fence until they know. But the reason that is because we're living in a time right now. Like I think 2 or 3 years ago, this probably would not even be a question, but now we have the food costs are going up, gas costs are going up, your mortgage, all these crazy things. And I was saying this on my last live stream. People are creative with their finances when it comes to big ticket purchases.
Yes.
You're talking about an item which is like $560, you know, shipped or something like that. I'm just pulling a number out of my brain right now. But when it comes down to that, that's a mortgage payment, you know. I mean, that's you know, so you really got to be creative. You know, you got to say, okay, I can set aside $200 for this month, and then the next month it'll come in, and I'm good, right? So that's where that comes from. It's creative money management. I think that's really where it comes from.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. We're all kind of doing like all these mathematical gymnastics to make sure, you know, our bank accounts can cover nice cover the costs here. And but I think there's something else that I think is important. The fear factor is low because if it doesn't hit the tiers, Hasbro will still release any lock figs on non-mural card backs. That is very true. But they also recently, this past week, the Star Wars team did Q&As with different fan channels and stuff. Our friends from Toy Anxiety were part of that as well. And in those conversations, they also announced that if it hits 17,000, they will release both Chopper as well as a Sabine Wren on the mural cards. So you'll get the whole crew on Hasbro Pulse, as a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, the whole crew on the mural cards to go along with the set if it hits the 17,000. And I don't, it's kind of a weird, like, I don't know if they're concerned it won't hit 17, that they're adding this extra level of like incentive. But again, even if I'm on the Hasbro team and I'm looking at the numbers, I feel pretty good that it hits 17. But it's cool that they're throwing in, if it does hit 17, they'll add
Chopper and
Sabine
yeah,
to with the cards.
Yeah. So here's the thing about that too. The pardon me for saying this, everybody, but the Star Wars team needs a win. They need they need a win pretty badly right now.
We know it. We have to sugarcoat it. They need one.
No, but I know Star Wars fans, and they're chomping at the bit for a win, and this is going to be their win. And you know what? I think this is a good PR move. I think this is actually a really good outreach for the Star Wars team, saying, guys, you know what? We want to guarantee this. And once it hits 17,000, we want to reward you guys, and we want the whole Ghost crew from the original series. We want Ezra, we want Kanan, we want Hera, we want Sabine, we want Chopper, right? And we want Zeb. We want the whole family, because what is the Ghost without its family, right?
Absolutely.
So that's what they're doing, and it's, again, for everybody who followed Rebels during its run.
Sure.
It really was an emotional roller coaster. Like,
absolutely.
Like they grew, they changed, they developed, right? The Sabine Wren we have in the Ahsoka series now, she is a culmination of what she was during that whole series, right? Yeah. And you know what? This is a representation of that. And you know what? I think people, the Star Wars team specifically, they want to reward, the Star Wars fans for saying, yeah, we finally got this one back. So you know what? This is for you guys. And here you go. Something that you guys can look forward to. And I'm very excited. I'm very, very, very excited.
I do want to post in a couple of chats here, just based on that aspect of adding these two other figures that you could buy separately. Riley Bob says, but if it's 17K, we get a chance to buy them. That's a weird approach. I would agree. I think, because what if they sell out, and then you're kind of like, people that back maybe should get like exclusive access to buy them, like no stress, just because, if say it hits 17, and then, like, I don't know, that it launches the next day at 12 o'clock or something, and you miss out on it, you're up the creek without a paddle.
Yeah.
And I understand maybe they want to put it with it because of XYZ reason. I don't know, whatever. But maybe at least give us exclusive rights to buy it first or something. If you backed it, you get first dibs to buy the other ones. But I do agree. Like, I feel like, just throw them in. I don't know. This is, you're selling for $500. Like, you're putting millions of dollars in the bank. Just throw it in there. Just put it in there. Yeah, it's a big deal.
I know exactly where you come from, Jay, and I don't disagree. It could have just easily been something like a ketchup and mustard, and
sure,
what's it called, the what's it called, Cobra Commander,
Coco, the Mickey Mouse Coco
kind of thing, right? But these things don't come out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
I have a fully. We knew that these two characters were going to come. We knew, like, this has been planned from before, right? And the way they're framing it, right? There's like, oh yeah, this is giving you guys the full family, which is fine, right? But just like anything else, right? If they were going to offer it as a stretch goal tier, we would have to, just as a bonus tier, let's say a 2-pack bonus tier. I think that they would say, all right, we have to hit 25K. You know what I mean? And I think that type of mentality seems to have been soured by the previous two Haslabs. You know what I mean? Because the Rancor was just, it's still there. The taste of that Rancor is like, it's burnt meat. You know what I mean? Like they just people remember, they don't forget, right? So giving it to us this way was, I guess, more of a compromise. But I agree with you. There should be something for the people who actually made this happen. This, the people who are getting this over the finish line. There should be some sort of special day.
Yeah.
Where, what they say, okay, everybody who purchases this will get a special code. Do not share this, right? Because this is your code.
Yeah.
It's a one-time use code only. You use it, you lose it. That's it, right? Because we know they can do that, right?
Yeah.
Using the
code. They did it with the Comic-Con stuff, and it was honestly so much less stressful this past Comic-Con than the previous year when it was the same code for everybody, and it was sold out by the time I tried to put in the number.
Ridiculous. and that would go a long way for loyalty and fan appreciation. And then after all those codes are exhausted, whether you don't have to buy them, right?
Sure. Yeah.
After that's been done, then all of a sudden it's open up to the public 1 hour extra for the Haslab members, Hasbro Pulse members, and then to the public, and then we see the humanity doing its thing. So that kind of stuff, and having fun. No, but seriously, I totally agree with you. There should be, especially because we know that these are going to be the mural figures. It's going to be a special thing. So not. It would be a shame if you had the Ghost and you were missing Sabine and Chopper. That would
right, exactly. I feel like maybe ours is like a Tuesday, and then everybody else gets to order on a Wednesday or something. Like I don't know, just
something like that. Or you just to get the code and it never expires.
Sure,
Because it's a one-use code. If you screw up that code, you got to be very, very careful with that code.
Yeah,
because and of course, however many you bought, right? If you bought 2 Ghosts.
Oh, you get 2 codes, codes,
right? So you got to be careful with those codes, right? And then all of a sudden, 2 of these codes show up on eBay. I mean, like that's,
oh God,
that's the way. That's the way that the cookie crumbles. It's like,
oh man, no, I think no, I totally agree. J Max says special Rebel mural would be nice. The mural would be cool to have it. They had it at like the prop at Comic-Con this year, and our family took a picture in front of it. It was really, really cool. But yeah. Let's see. I just want to plus in some more of the chats here. Never forget Cookie Monster. I agree. I would hope that if Zed doesn't unlock, but he will, then the Sabine and Chopper become that'd be cool. But I really think it hits the 17K. So I put it in the chat. I put a poll to see how many of y'all think it will at least get 17,000 backers. And Jay, what do you think the spread is here between 100%? How many said yes, it's going to hit 17 versus how many said no, it's not going to hit 17?
You know what? We're all a pretty positive bunch here. I'm gonna say it's going to be at least a 60-40, but I would lean more towards a 70-30. I think that it will.
The chat is even more positive than that tonight. It is 78% say yes, it'll hit 17,000. And then the 22% say no. That's with 131 votes. Thank you for voting. Also, if you haven't done it yet, please hit the like button. And also got a super chat in here as well. Old IT guy, $2. Thank you so much. Back this because at the time the TC layer didn't ship. Toy art 17K, the amount of crimes Chopper commits. Can I just say I loved Chopper's appearance in Ahsoka so far. I think it was like dead on perfect. I can't wait to see more Chopper because he's a family favorite. We all loved his appearance.
I love Chopper, and you know what? This past weekend, it just ended. I was at Fan Expo Canada, which just ended. And the full-size Chopper is there. The actual droid, they actually had it at the show.
Awesome.
He is huge. He is absolutely massive. Because you know how R2-D2's he's like slender, Actually,
Yes.
Chopper's thick. He's a thick boy.
He's a thick boy.
Thick boy, and his feet are big. His antenna. You know what? He's kind of squat though. He is a bit squat, but he's got a real garbage can. Like he is a massive garbage can. He looks awesome.
Yeah, I think he's great. People are asking if we're gonna do a stream. Probably not every week, we'll see, but Matt and I will definitely be streaming this week about Ahsoka on GDL2. So if you haven't subscribed to Geek Dad Life 2, we're only like less than 50 away from 1,000 on Geek Dad Life 2. So go on and subscribe to Geek Dad Life 2. Get us over 1,000. The little site that could. Yes, exactly. Is a here. I'll give you one, Sorceress. Here we go.
That's what she said.
And Toy Sorceress, I believe I've checked them. She's going to be our guest host next week. So definitely stay tuned for that. Pumped to have her on. But yeah. Let's see. You know what they say about droids with big feet. Wookiee Sasquatch, hit the like button if you think all tiers will be unlocked. There you go. But yeah, I think we'll see. I feel like if this thing goes to 20K, they should just include the whole crew in an act of goodwill for this actually funding. Alpha, I love that idea, actually. Jay, what's your thoughts on that?
I love that idea. I wish that they would, but just based on the number of backers you need per character, it feels more like a 25K. Just the way they're bumping it up, right?
Okay.
Because you from Ezra.
Oh, that's fair. It's like a couple thousand,
right?
Yeah.
You got to get to Kanan. You got to go to 14,000, and then from there you got to go to 17,000 to get Zeb. So 20,000 would be Chopper, and then okay, fine, maybe 22 or 23,000 would be Sabine, right?
Yeah.
But if they do that at 20,000, that is the ultimate thank you to the fans. You know, that would be absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, guys, I learned. I think Jay and I both learned this. They are listening to us. They actually know who the heck we are. Okay, they probably can pick you out of the crowd. Send a comment on their Instagram. Send a comment on their Twitter. Shout out to Hasbro. Hashtag them. Make sure that they know that you're listening. Make sure they know what you want, because they are listening. So don't think that they're not. They are listening, or at least they're watching. At the very least.
It is interesting. One, at least the teams that I've interacted with for different toy companies, that the people that run the toy lines are, in most cases, and at least the ones that are fans, right? Like when I've talked to the Motu team or Marvel Legends team or Super 7 or Mondo or NECA, like they're big fans of the property and just about every case of the ones I just shared. And they're toy collectors and they're fans just like us. But unfortunately, there's times like the corporate part of it kind of conflicts with the fan part of it. And so that's why I think it's important for us as toy tubers to share our honest opinion if we think it's a good idea or a bad idea, whatever. Because, you know, a lot of times I guarantee you those people that are, you know, the people on the toy probably agree with us if we like it or don't like it one way or another. But anyway, yeah, I think, or maybe Hasbro is the watcher. So yeah, I think it is important to, I don't know, to voice what we love one way or another. Yeah. Tree Shaker says gonna back it tonight. I've already backed it. Actually, it's since it is T-minus 10 days, I'm like, I gotta get my money. I gotta get my affairs in order to make sure I'm ready to go when that credit card charges. But I think when it's all said and done, it's there. And we'll get our chance to get. I just want to say, Hasbro, if you are watching, people that backed the Ghost should get dibs on getting Sabine and Chopper.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree. And just to confirm on this, just to encourage people to back this thing, they actually do not charge you until the actual deadline is hit and it's confirmed.
Exactly.
Right? So yeah, there's really no. Well, again, pay in mind, just like what Jay said, make sure your finances are in order before you actually do the whole thing. But have no fear, you actually will not be charged until the actual backing date, and that will just start the spike moving again. It'll move the needle one more time, and that gets other people encouraged to move that needle. It's a group kind of thing. Everyone follows the leader. That's actually how that works.
No, I agree. Let's check in on just the Cat's Lair, since we're thinking about things that are funding. Cat's Lair has plenty of time though. It's got like another month when this thing.
Yeah, 21. It's got about 21 days. Not that I've seen a pension or anything like that.
But yeah, so it definitely is flatlined a little bit. But I think in this case, I believe it's going to get a huge spike the last day.
Me too. I'm confident, very confident that at the very least, at the absolute very least, I think Tigra's chemistry set will be reached.
That's for sure. That's a guarantee. Yeah. I remember, I've talked to Kyle from Super 7 about it, and he's just like, I just want to make sure we get there because that's what I really want. And I'm just like, that one's for sure happening. And I think the Astrolino's for sure happening. I think it's all happening.
I think so too. I do, but just like anything else, it's just one of these things where you're like, this and that and Astrolino and does anybody remember Astrolino? But at the end of the day, and this is what a lot of people just don't realize, this thing, unlike any other playset that's going to be out there, this is a true toy grail. Okay, this is something that will never come around again. I mean, honestly, Thundercats is one of those properties which this is the third time around and something finally clicked. Do you know what I mean? Because
if you think the Bandai stuff and
and Mattel, even
Mattel too, Matty Collector,
but come what may, it just didn't click, and finally, through Super 7's attention and love and care for the property and really reaching out and doing a lot of good work on this, it really has finally gotten the audience it needs. And again, first of all, not even that. The Thunder Tank was a huge success for them. I mean, like, who would have thought, right? Who would have thought that?
Yeah.
Because they did not do a Kickstarter, a crowdsource on that. Yeah. That was straight retail, right? That was straight direct order, and it was enough to give them confidence to say, we can do this, and it shows right now. Yeah. And again, just like anything else, people are going to sit on that fence for the next 10 days at least, right? And then,
especially because unlike the Haslab, you got to pay up front. You got to pay that $650 right off the bat, right? I think Josh Brown's saying here, now the Cat's Lair does charge you right when you're back. Absolutely. Now there's payment plans and stuff, yada yada yada. But still, you're more having to pay that front. So I also think that affects the costs as well. Like if you look, it had they put the international numbers in, but also like that first Friday after they announced it, it went up. So I think this one, even more than the Haslab, is going to see weird spikes because of the fact you have to pay up front versus you back with the intent to pay, and then you have to pay once it's all said and done. But either way, I think Brian Carr brings up the best point here. $650 is an actual deal for Cat's Lair. FOMO will get lots of people, and it will clear 5K. I think it clears 5K for sure.
Me too. And I think it's very important to just reiterate this one more time. I was at Fan Expo again early this weekend, and I was speaking to a couple of the artists who were there, a few of my friends, and they looked at me like, so what's going on with that Cat's Lair? Like is it happening? Is it that? I said, yeah, it's happening. And then they said, and then like, how much was it again? And I said, it was $650 plus 100 shipping. They gave me this stare, and I thought at first it was like, you're kidding me, that's crazy. But then they were like, they actually went and said, that's it.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be $1,000, maybe like $1,000 US, and I was like, me too. But no, they got it under the $800 mark, well under that. And you know what? It's bad. And then said, well, why wouldn't they do it then, right?
Yeah.
And one other thing, Jay, if you wouldn't mind bringing this up, if you can, if you go to the actual Super 7 page with the Cat's Lair, I want to remind everybody, Canada has a distributor now, officially. Right. And I wanted to remind people, because I did an interview with Brian while we were there at PowerCon, and he did confirm, and we can actually see it now. So anybody in Canada who has been on the fence on this, there is a Canadian distributor. So if you just want to scroll down a little bit, Jay, and under right there, if you click on, go back there, and if you click on International and Sales Distribution, and then click on Find Your Nearest Retailer, right at the top, you'll see Maple and Mangoes for Canada. A little bit higher. There it is. Maple and Mangoes for Canada. They are official, and these are the Canadian prices with Canadian shipping. So guys, this, that's American. but it defaults. No, it's okay. That's fine. It defaults to Canadian when you're in Canada, and there are shipping opportunities landed in Canada.
Boom!
So guys,
look at that.
Yeah. So guys, if you are Canadian and you've been on the fence, do not fret. This is available by Maple and Mangoes, and I have assurances from Brian that anyone who orders this from Canada, because we missed out on the whole idea with shipping, you are guaranteed a key if you buy this on Maples and Mangoes.
Oh, look at that.
So I'm not sure exactly how much longer that's going to be. He said, look, we're just going to take that as being the missed opportunity. So guys, I'm not trying to push anybody. I'm not, actually I am, but I mean, really, if you're Canadian and you want to do this is another opportunity for you to pick it up and the key. So guys, just there you go. Think about that.
Canadians.
Yep.
Flash $650 for an entire playset versus $300 for a room in a sewer. Tons of fun discussions we had. I think you and I both did individual streams on the subject. I will say though, Ramen Toys is definitely doing the work to come up with something. And he's going to be joining us in After Dark. And my topic is around that. Yeah. Third party versus license. And kind of where we feel about that. But I gotta say that Renders, I believe, did the sculpt on this. It looks really cool. I think they're doing something different, something that plays nice with the NECA one. If you want to go that route, I think it's a really neat setup. So stay tuned for GDL After Dark. Ramen Toys is joining us, and should be a lot of fun. Mega J, I know you came in this last minute, so you're welcome to join as much as you want. But you have to commit the whole time. You don't want to. But Ramen Toys equals hero. Listen, he's doing the Lord's work, if you will. Break something. Oh, curious to hear Ramen's update. Yeah. So come join us After Dark to join Ramen and I. Wolf Den, if you missed it, John's and Susan's beloved dog Murphy passed away, and they are grieving and asked for the time. So absolutely, or not even asked, just said he couldn't make it. So yeah, absolutely, do everything in our power to give him the time that he needs. Matt Bush, $10 super chat for 1% of Jay's ghosts after YouTube's cut. The old. Do they take more out of the Canadian super chats for you, Mega J? I was curious.
I think the percentage doesn't change.
Okay,
it's pretty much the same.
It's a big cut. YouTube, they're doing all right.
It is. You know what? I look at it this way. We're getting to post up this stuff for free. I mean, like, who does that? Like streaming and storage. This costs a bundle.
It does.
So
yeah.
On that level, I'm not one to complain. I mean, it's not retirement money at all, right? So
well, listen, I used to work for the big G Google for 4 years, and talked to many people on the YouTube team back in those days, and trust me, they're not hurting for cash. All right, let's just say that. I think that both YouTube and AdSense, they print their own money, so I'm not worried about how YouTube and Google AdSense is doing. Okay, let's talk about this. This is something, maybe I'm just not paying enough attention to Mezco, but since it's Turtles, I've noticed it now. But I guess they've had this 5 POA, 5 points line or whatever. And now they're doing this turtle set for, I think, 65, somewhere on there, bucks. And they're doing the Eastman Laird style. And they look kind of cool, but do you ever see a toy and you just don't feel anything? That's how I feel with this set, Mega J. I'm not feeling anything for these, and I have to like check myself. Like, am I the a-hole, or am I just not getting it? I don't know. What's your thoughts on these sets? On this
set? You're right. These haven't been on my radar. I think the first time I saw this, obviously, is on Mad Hatter's channel.
Yes.
If you don't mind me asking, what's the size on these things? Are they 6 inch? What are they?
Snap. That's a great question. I feel like they're like 5.5 inches or something like that. Maybe someone in the chat can let us know.
Yeah.
Let's click on this Entertainment Earth link.
So I got into Turtles much like anybody else, first through the cartoon,
yeah,
and then I found out about the Eastman and Laird comics a little bit after that, and then watching the movie, I got that sense of the Eastman and Laird type of aesthetic.
The movie definitely parallels to the first few issues of the comic for sure.
Yes, 100%. And it was that journey that led me to actually picking up a couple of Mirage comics. You know what I mean? Sorry, am I right? Is it Mirage or was it
Mirage? Yeah, Mirage. So they thought it wouldn't last long enough to be a real company, so they called it Mirage.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. These are 3 3/4. It's smaller than I thought they were going to be. So 3 3/4. That's tiny.
Yeah,
itty bitty. So, that's smaller than the Playmate stuff.
Yeah. So that would explain why there's very little detail on these. So here's where. So back to the question at hand. I have an affinity to these because I read the comics, because I'm a fan of Eastman and Laird, and because of the history behind them. The main problem here is $65 is not a bad for all 4 of them, right? We're not talking about all 4.
Yeah,
right?
it's all 4, all 4,
okay.
And you get all these extra accessories. Yeah,
beautiful. Here's the thing: I've seen the extra hands. Basically, this. Forgive me, but this feels like a cash grab to me. I mean, they're all the same freaking figure.
They are. This is what you get. You get I guess 6 heads, but they're all the same pretty much.
Yeah. Here's the one thing about Eastman and Laird. They did things in the book like give certain characters different scratches. Leo and Donnie had the sash that goes over their shell.
They did. Yep.
Right. Both Raph and Mikey had little pouches on the backs to like put their stuff in. These don't have any of that.
Yeah.
They look very generic. They are.
Wait, hold on. I guess they're giving you alternate thingies here for the straps. So there you go.
There is that. But if you go back to the other picture, right? Yeah. This picture here. No, sorry. Go back to the other one again. Yeah. No, one more.
There you go.
Yeah.
These guys.
If you just left them like this, they are literally the same freaking figure, like 4 times over. It is the laziest. This, forgive me, but I'm just saying this is the laziest release ever. But I get it. I know what they're going for. I love the accessories. I love everything like that. But much like Jay, I don't think I'm gonna grab these, and because they don't fit in anywhere in my collection. You know what I mean? Like if they were the appropriate size for a 6-inch scale, I think maybe I would have taken a stab at them. But there are just so many other players in the market right now. NECA had released these, variations of these a number of years back.
I definitely would love those original NECA ones, but they're so expensive. There's so many fakes now that I don't even want to like play the game really.
Yeah, exactly. And if you really are just desperate for that, you can go and AliExpress and boom, you got a set of these guys.
Yeah.
As long as you don't care about articulation, because let's just say that we're not going to talk too much.
Well, it's kind of interesting. Like they're 5 POA, so there's not as much, but they kind of give you. It looks like 7 pairs of interchangeable arms and 8 pairs of interchangeable. So you have the ability to pose them in different ways. It's a fascinating set, just because with all the accessories, and one can argue. I feel this way sometimes, that too much articulation kind of takes away from the sculpt. And I kind of like this idea of they've actually sculpted different poses. So, and it's not going to be all cut up by the sculpt. But the thing with turtles, especially, is they're perfect for articulation because they have the elbow pads and the knee pads. Like the articulation can be hidden so well compared to some other figures. And I just, but they just also look so plain to me. Like they don't even have that Eastman Laird, to your point, just that kind of sketched out look to them like the NECA ones had. And it's just cool if you want a 3 3/4 inch. I don't think it's overpriced or anything. I just don't feel anything for these.
My biggest problem, as you just mentioned right now, they just look like bare plastic to me. There's not much to really incentivize me to pick these up. If they were an anniversary set and there was some sort of special badging or something like that, or something, like I'll even give them this. If they were the cartoon homage alterations, like one of them is slightly brown, one of them is slightly a little bit more darker, or the other one's a little bit lighter, that kind of thing. And of course the bandanas, maybe this would have been something. But I get it, these are supposed to be the original Eastman and Laird and they were all the same, basically the same turtle. So
but at least if you're gonna go Eastman Laird, make it look more like the comic. Which sure, but it was like black and white. I don't know. Just there's something. There's more you could do here.
Like Raph had tons of scratches compared to everybody else. He was always the bruiser, right? That never changed. Mikey, again, he had this little smirky attitude about him. There could have been something else done with these. To make them individualistic, right? And again, even if you had to just make sure that one of them had scratch here, the other one has scratch there, one of them has a chip on the back of his shell, something, right? But or at the very least, all the solicitation photos have the proper sashes on them. I don't know.
Yeah.
But right now, as just like you, Jay, I don't feel it. This one's kind of passing me by.
I won't yuck anybody's yum though if they do want to buy it. It's not for me. I will say we don't have any submissions for Stump John this week. So if anybody here wants to try and stump Mega J Retro,
which is not hard, it's not going to be that hard, but go ahead.
Before this episode is over, please feel free to send those submissions to geekdadlife@gmail.com. And we'll have a little bit of Stump Mega J at the end of the episode if you want to play. Oh, Ryan Dole is here. Hello, Ryan Dole.
Can we always count on Ryan Dole to show up?
Oh my God. Ryan Dole just reminded me of a thing that was shared with both of us this week. I gotta pull that up real quick before. Here we go. Let me just hold on. I gotta pull that up. All right, hold on. But anyway, Mega J, what's the thing that's on your list right now that you really want to buy? Is the Cat Slayer the only big thing on your horizon? Because I know you talked about selling things out of your collection, moving things around.
Yeah.
Like where are you at right now?
So I will speak about this a little bit. Right now, I still do a lot of toy hunts, but it's been mostly catch and release. Mm-hmm. And the reason is just things are just too expensive. Like especially here in Canada, our dollar's not very strong. Like things are, and everything's trying to equalize. So many different things. Even Toys R Us is never cheap. It just never was, right?
Yeah.
They always had a bit of a premium. So the biggest purchases are the ones that I'm concentrating on right now, and of course my absolute must-haves, because I really do want to sort of at least try to finish off a G.I. Joe classified collection. Yeah. I want to at least try to finish off an Origins collection. Masterverse I love, but Origins is my first love. So I'm trying to stay the course and not deviate from that idea. Mm-hmm. And those are the bigger ones. And of course, the Cat Slayer, right? So and I did want to give a huge shout out to everybody who has engaged with me and helped me in that regard. Everybody, you guys are amazing. I am, as some people know, I am selling pieces of my collection to actually make it happen. And I want to thank everybody who stepped up and really just said, you know what, I need that, please. Let's talk. And you know what, you guys have been awesome. And of course, everybody else, people have been sending me super chats. People have been sending me, well wishes and everything. You guys are absolutely crazy, and I love all you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for that. So,
the community here is amazing.
This community is ridiculous. This community, I openly say this multiple times. I think this is the toy community has been one of the most generous, one of the most amazing, close knit communities I've ever been a part of, and I'm so honored to be here. With you, Jay, and with everybody, whenever I get an opportunity to. So thank you so much, guys.
No, that's my favorite part of all this. It's just the community that we're a part of, that we get to share and be a part of. So much fun. And then getting to meet you in real life just a few weeks ago at PowerCon was so much fun.
Can I say that PowerCon is quickly becoming, I think you've echoed this as well.
Yeah.
Quickly becoming my favorite convention I've ever been to. Like I was at Fan Expo this weekend, and I got to tell you, it's sardines in there. I honestly am.
Well, if we keep talking it up, Jay, it's gonna be sardines as well.
But you know what? But at least we get to enjoy it when it's not sardines, right?
Yes,
but seriously, I do love it, and it really was nice to just chill and meet people. And you know what? Not to say that there wasn't a crowd. There were crowds.
Yeah,
there were crowds there, but it was so awesome. It was literally like being in an independent, a pool of ideas. It was so great. It really was.
Well, like you had the mid majors there of Super 7, NECA, Four Horsemen, Mondo, but yeah, it's just there's so many like indies there, and And then there was really good just vintage vendors, and like it was, I think for most of us, the perfect, like, it's even at Comic-Con, whatever, there's just like, okay, that's not my section, but here's my section. It was just a whole con of, this is all my stuff, like it's like
really cool.
every table is something I care about.
Absolutely. Even McFarlane, who was there, who is more of a higher small.
Sure.
But the reality is they were just giving stuff away.
Yeah, there's like
they were literally like, that was the second longest line, only because they were literally like, all right, you got a chance to win this, and you got a chance to win this, and here's just take it. They were literally giving stuff away. It was absolutely crazy. It was nuts.
I've heard a bit of this. Should PowerCon consider changing their names so they're not really focused on? But I think PowerCon is still generic enough that I think it's fine.
No, I love the connotation, because when you really think about it, we've all sort of championed the idea that we have the power, right?
Yeah.
Like I say it all the time, and the thing is, it's true. We as fans have this power to affect things, and I think PowerCon really has championed that too.
No, I agree completely. All right. So speaking of companies like Mondo, I don't know if you saw this on Toy Anxiety, but Alex Brewer, who's one of the sculptors for Mondo, does the like all the sculpts on the Batman animated series as well as the X-Men line. I think we joked when it was Dole. I don't know. Was it Dole? I don't know. One of the ones that I was on, I think just one I guessed it with Toy Anxiety. We joked that the Comic-Con exclusive Wolverine in his Canadian wear, that is like the Ryan Dole figure or whatever. So then Alex created a Ryan Dole head sculpt for that figure, to which that figure is now being affectionately called Dolverine.
This, by the way, for those of you who don't know, this is a Canadian tuxedo. Yes. I don't know if anybody I'm surprised Dole hasn't actually referred to it as that yet. This is actually the Canadian tuxedo. So yeah, I have seen this. It's beautiful. So this is just gorgeous.
So this is hilarious. I even got to spend a quality time with Alex at PowerCon, and just effuse praise on this. I think it's absolutely brilliant. And I meant to like lead the show this, but I absolutely forgot about it till Dole popped up in the chat, to show you how scatterbrained I am in real life. And so this week I was talking to Dole, and he's like, dude, have you not seen this chat? And I was like, what? And then I go back, Alex sends Dole and I some more pictures. And what I think, here we go. So Alex is calling this one Jabertooth. Where are we at here? Hold on. There we go.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
So unsolicited, just Alex did it on his own. I had no idea.
So
he sculpted a my head sculpt on a Sabretooth figure. Also, awesome. Yeah, this is doing me way too many favors. I will never look this jacked or muscly. I'm a dad bod through and through. But yeah, this so yeah, Jabertooth to go against Dolverine. Here we go. There's the Jabertooth with these. So Alex did all of this. He like sculpted this in his computer or whatever, and added the cyborg figure there. Since Dole has been trying to steal my cyborg for generations now. And so there you go. There's Jabertooth versus Dolverine. There. So
that is so great. Oh my god.
Life goal unlocked. Thank you, Alex, for sculpting up a me head sculpt to go toe to toe with the Dolverine, with Jabertooth.
That is so awesome. Oh my god. That is
so again, big ups to Alex from Mondo for putting that together. So there you go, Dolverine and Jabertooth coming to a store near you.
I cannot unsee that anymore. Like every time I see these two figures now, I'm gonna be like, That's not right. They didn't get the glasses right.
Oh my god.
The real figures. I'm gonna like that's not the right head sculpt.
Yeah, you're right. Like, can I like this head sculpt looks so much better than the because we did the what the hell is it called? The selfie series 2.0.
Yeah.
Actually, Kevin from Toying Around, we did it like side by side. Kevin's looks pretty good. Mine looks terrible, but this is way better. I wonder if I can like get him to make me a few of these so I can put one on my selfie series as well.
It's a good concept in theory. You know what I mean? And now they've added bald heads. They've added like different type of hairstyles and all of that. But the reality is, it needs just a little bit more. The app itself, the way you do it's intuitive enough, but there's just that little bit of margin for error.
Yeah,
because you're talking about like something that's just like an inch, maybe 2 inches tall. It's either like a small fraction of a cut in the wrong way, and it throws it off.
Yeah.
I mean? So when you get a custom head like this, it's absolutely stunning. And you know what? This is just crazy. I hope they send these to you. I really do. I hope they send.
Even if they just the picture alone's great, but we need. I don't know how we figure it out. Maybe we'll get it in time for Jeffries or something like that. But again, thank you, Alex, for doing that. That absolutely cracked me up, and we got a big kick out of it. Somebody asked, "Is your head that much bigger than Dole's?" And I've never met Dole in real life, so I don't know. But I have a big melon. I do have a really big melon. This is a standard snapback. I'm down to two buttons on the snapback, so I got a big melon for sure. Hopefully we're looking at next year's PowerCon exclusives.
That'd be sick. That'd be so cool.
Here we go. Here we go. Oz, I love this. Magneto J Retro works with helmets. That's true.
No. We don't need nightmare. We don't need any more nightmare people than we've already got here. That's okay.
Oh my god. Okay, Jay, what's your thoughts on the first? I know you don't have Target, so maybe you're kind of like,
I visited my first Target ever.
I know, that was cool.
I visited my first Target.
What was your thought? Okay, what was your thoughts? What was you still have Toys R Us, so like I secretly hate you, but like what's your thoughts on our Target experience?
Okay, first of all, I want to preface this by saying the Target I went to, actually both Targets I went to were massive. They were absolutely massive. I went to 2 Targets. I went to one in Buffalo and one in Ohio. And they were just gigantic. I literally was like, look down there and then look over there. I said, this place goes on forever. I just could not believe how big this was. I will say this. I went to a Target and I went to a Walmart, and the Target experience is by far the better experience. It's more welcoming. Yeah. There's lots of light. Everything looks like a department store. Yeah. It doesn't look like how can I say this properly? It doesn't feel like a Costco. Whereas Walmart kind of feels like a Costco. I mean, like I was in 2 different places, and I was like, how could it be this different? You know what I mean? I was actually very, very surprised. Targets are clean, man. Like they are clean. They are actually very, very clean. I love the branding. You can definitely tell you're in a Target when you walk in.
Oh yeah.
Can somebody answer me this? I've been reaching and trying to figure what's with the balls in the front of the store. Somebody
so you can't drive your car through the window.
What?
Yeah.
Is that really a thing?
Listen, there's a lot of great things in America. There's a lot of not great things in America. And one of them is like smash and grabs, like people just ramming their cars into like retail shops. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So there's a little bit more of a clever way of doing it, which is like it's these big cement balls in front of the window, but it's a thing.
It is. And I will say this, for whatever strange reason, everybody who I've ever interacted with is, there's nothing in my Target. I never find anything in my Target. The Target sucks for toys. The 2 Targets I went to were packed. They were ran full of toys, and I was just finding figures after figures. Like I even found, I think you have one. Somebody at that same weekend was like, Jay, you got to look for the what's it called? Clear skin April O'Neil. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Right. And they were like, you got to look for this. I'm like, why? And they're like, she's going to be super rare. It was only on the first release. Now they've darkened up her skin to reflect the movie. There was some sort of error. I guess the factory didn't understand that she was not the old April O'Neil. She's actually the new April O'Neil. right? So you should check your April O'Neil because apparently these are going to be super rare in the future. Because
the skin tone is
the
rare.
Skin tone, yeah. Apparently, the skin tone. If it's a lighter skin tone, she's going to be like a rare figure from now on. I don't know how that is, but anyway, I found both of them. I was like, I don't know how rare this is actually. So yeah, check your April O'Neils. You just never know. But as far as I know, right now, that collection is the only way to get April still.
It is. It's still. I think they'll do a single card at some point. But I bought that set, so I didn't mind. Like I have my April, and I'm good.
Yeah.
But as
have you seen the movie? Have you seen the movie yet? Like, is it...
Oh yeah, we saw it opening day. Actually, we loved it. The family loved it. The boys,
I'm looking forward
loved it. And they've loved the toys too. Like, so it's been cool. It's been cool that they like both Zach and Alex. Like they'll just come downstairs because they have their playroom outside the store, and they'll just set up the turtle sewer layer and the car and even the stupid cardboard cutouts, and they'll kind of set a scene and then kind of do their thing, and it's fun. It's really cool that they go for. First, it makes sense. Like they've done the work. They have more figures coming of the like Mondo Gecko and stuff like that. So
come on,
sure.
we're getting battle packs. We're getting like specialized packs. It's not like we don't have a shortage of these figures. They're coming fast and furious for sure. So
I definitely am getting a little fatigued on the same sculpts though, and we're only like 1 month into these damn toys. Okay, so week 1 dropped. McFarlane Toys is the week 1, and I gotta say, when they first showed that. Maybe I talked about this Dole on Gotham City Tonight or Toy Anxiety. Maybe he was on our show. I feel like we talked about this set because I think they announced it at Comic-Con. Take your time, internet. but these Batman animated series, I think 3-pack, or maybe if you buy all 4, you get a build a figure or something. But they added these really crappy. Where is it? Damn it. But these really bad shadows to it. And it looks like trash. Yeah. Hold on. Here we go.
McFarlane is not the best with cell shading. They released an animated Batman a number of years ago, and the torso was way too big. The legs were way too
that thing was terrible.
It was
but here you're taking the DC Direct sculpts and destroying them with the paint.
Yeah, because the DC Direct sculpts look good. You know what I mean? It had some weird cuts here and there, but for the most part, they're very good figures. But now it's got all this, and I just have to say, I don't understand if people. I don't know if the people who are actually doing the applications on the deco understand how shadows work, because these are not good shadows.
So bad. Oh, let's go back to here. It looks so bad. Look at that.
It looks like he fell in a tar pit or something. It looks terrible.
Like so you have that. The Robin looks even worse. Like the Robin is just a travesty. Where's he at? Hold on, let me go back one more. This Target site is slow loading today, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, to me, there we go. Yeah, where's the Robin? Is it here? Maybe
probably the second one.
Yeah, let me just open these up in tabs now because it's taking forever. Yeah, here's Robin. Robin just, I love that original DC Direct Robin.
Yeah.
This one looks so, it looks even worse than the Batman. And why is this not Target? What the hell is going on? We're giving you praise a second ago. Your website is not loading.
Oh no, I hate the Target website. I love the stores. The stores look great.
Store is great. Like, website is taken
so well organized. You know, the staff. You know what? Here, let me just echo this. Everybody, give a staff member a hug. Like seriously, they deal with a lot of crap. You know, I know it's not appropriate these days, but just smile at them, tell them that they're doing a good job, because honestly, they deal with a lot of crap. And you know what? They're doing a great job. Yeah, it's just the paint is just like absolutely off. I don't, there's not enough attention put to these things. Like what are they doing? If you there has been what's it called? Cell shaded figures that do a decent job. I mean, NECA, like hire one of the NECA painters. I mean, they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? It's certain small highlighted areas that just need a bit of detail. Not whatever the heck they're doing here. Like, come on, guys, this is just crazy. Like, I know what they were trying to do, but they failed. This is an epic fail. This is just bad. And the thing is, this was supposed to be another way to grab these guys, because the animated series figures, the DC Director, now out of print. This was supposed to be a follow up to that, and you were supposed to be able to get these guys on a second run, but nope. And if I'm not mistaken, did they forget to color the inside of Robin's cape yellow? Like, is that a fully black cape? That's ridiculous.
It's just a black cape. Yeah,
that's a fail. That is a complete fail.
It is a turd.
That is not.
It is a turd.
That is not good.
People are saying, Jay, improve your internet. I have a gig speed internet, so here's a speed test I just did. There you go. I got 933 down and 938. So it's Target's website. It's not me. Okay.
Everybody's rushing to order these Batman.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, they're looking at the Batman figures. We gotta get them now. They're gonna sell out.
Oh my god. Okay, I did want to talk about this before we kind of start to wrap things up here.
Were those gold label? Just out of curiosity, was that?
I don't know. They're $30. It's $30 a figure, so maybe. Like, I guess you're getting the Build-A-Figure here, but damn, like $30.
I think it's Mr. Freeze. I think Mr. Freeze is the Build-A-Figure.
No, Mr. Freeze is one of the three.
Oh,
no, yeah, you have to get Mr. Freeze, and then you get the Condiment Man.
Oh, Condiment Man, yeah. Robo was talking about that, and I was like, I don't remember Condiment Man. Like,
you have to get Scarecrow as well. Yeah, see, Scarecrow comes with his midsection here.
Yeah, I think it's picking up again. I think it's looking like everything's loaded already. Yeah, no, I think Condiment Man is crazy. Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Okay, Condiment Man is great. I just think the cell shading's stupid. McFarlane, what are you doing? Go home. You're drunk again.
It is gold. It is a gold label. Yeah, it is a gold label. So yeah, I get it now. Okay.
This take two. Target's quaking in fear because Jabertooth is in the house. Oh my god,
it's true. It is so true.
No. No. Again, it's fiber optic to the house, so it's, I think, AT&T fiber is the.
Yeah, but it's not the fiber. It's definitely the site. Something happened.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Ghost projection has been added to the chart. All right, we'll close with that, Brian Brink. But I did want to plus in this. So last week on the show, I talked about that sweet looking Stay Puft. From, what was that company called? Like Star or something? I forget now. But anyway, 12-inch scale, Stay Puft, soft vinyl, soft goods. It looks really great, except for the secondary head sculpt. But then our friends at Badoochi Studios did a little 3D sculpting and made arguably, I think, one of the most beautiful, Star Ace, thank you. One of the most wonderful. It's Condiment King. I'm sorry, I messed up, everybody. I'm so sorry. Condiment King, not Condiment Man, or whatever the hell I said. But made an incredible Stay Puft head, and I don't know who we got to tell to get them. I don't know, somebody to pick up Badoochi Studios or Phantasm Toys, whatever we got to do. Or I don't know how it needs to happen. We're going to have Ramen on after dark. We're going to talk about, third party versus licensed. Like if Hasbro or Ghost Corps, whatever, going to drag their feet, they just need to make this thing, because this Stay Puft, this 3D sculpted Stay Puft that Badoochi Studios, this is the post from their Instagram. Please go to Badoochi Studios, like this picture, give them a follow if you haven't yet. But this Stay Puft head sculpt is perfect. Like, it looks like it's coming straight out of the movie. And I don't know, like, now that I've seen it, my life is unfulfilled until we somehow get this thing IRL, because this is perfect. It's perfect.
I always wonder, human faces are one thing. Okay, human faces are tough. It's tough to make a human face in toy form.
Mm-hmm.
How the heck can you screw up a face as cute as this? I don't understand.
It's been screwed up a million
I just
times.
don't get it. Like how hard is it to get a Stay Puft face to look this good? I mean, how hard could it be? And then of course they figure out how hard. I just don't. I don't get it. I mean,
Wait,
it's not.
yeah, go
It's
ahead.
not. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, no, please finish your thought because
I was
I'm
going
gonna
to
tee
say
this up.
it's not like it's a 6-inch figure heads. This is actually pretty big. It's not it's a
Yeah.
decent. It's like a racquetball size. You know what I mean? It's not. It's a decent size. And again, all it is a couple of eyes and a big mouth. How can you screw it up? I don't understand.
So again, you're looking at this right now. This is the sculpt by Badoochi
Yeah,
Studios.
yeah.
Looks amazing.
Yeah.
Let's look at the Star Ace head sculpt. I was like, it's good, but the other one was really bad. So this is this one. Now let's look at Star Ace. Hold on, let me pull it down here a little bit. Wait, no, there we go. Look at it's not even close.
No, it's not even close.
Here, we got that guy right there, and we'll go right there. Come on.
No. Yeah, it's too tall. It's not squash. You know what I mean? Like
it's not bad, but like
no,
this
okay.
is like a Stradivarius.
Yeah,
And this is a ukulele. You know, it's like
it's maybe it's some paint and maybe it's a wash a small wash. I don't know. This just looks so much better. I just can't believe how hard it is to make a decent head sculpt of Stay Puft. I just don't get it. I just don't understand.
It is over the course of time with Stay Puft, and to me, Kenner did a really great job.
Yep.
But NECA, when they did theirs in 2003, it was interesting, but it wasn't accurate to the movie. Mattel did the Matty Collector one, the Comic-Con, I think it was Comic-Con exclusive. Not even close. And then I think the Diamond Select Banks did a pretty good job, but even the Happy Face wasn't this good. Yeah. I think they got the Angry Face better.
Yeah.
And and this Star Ace one where I love the fact that it's soft vinyl, it has a soft goods, and this head is not bad, but the stupid mini puff head is not great at all.
They took this one from the movie from the movie.
It's this head. It's the mini puff head sculpt.
Exactly.
It never looked like that in the movie.
Nope.
But again, but this is so much better. So anyway, Ghost Core, Hasbro. I don't know if you're watching this. Maybe you're not, but if you are, pay the man his money and need to hire them. The end. Yeah. Hire them immediately.
I agree.
So anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Anything else to talk about, Jay, before we try to stump you?
I if it's okay with you, Jay, I did want to actually sort of draw attention to a Kickstarter that's really like running out of time, and I just want to at least give them a really quick shout out. If you could just bring up please Hexastack on Kickstarter.
Hexastack?
Hexastack, yeah.
Stack.
Yep. There we are. So these guys have about 16 days left. 11 days left to go. And for the most part, these guys, Travis, the creator of Hexastack, they're actually a modular stacking system. So
that's cool.
Yeah. And they're actually made in a hexagonal shape. But the key detail about these is they have magnets. So you can actually click them together, and they form a nice coherent shape. There are different sizes, and some of the stacks even have storage capability. So if you have a whole bunch of weapons or anything like that, you can actually put them inside the Hexastacks themselves. They come in different textures and different sizes. So yeah, it starts off with like a half-inch to a full inch, 2 and 3-inch sizes. So you can see that they're planning on doing ice and wood and different textures. They have other display options and a lot of different things that you can purchase as your upgrades. I believe, of course, you can just make a $1 pledge to support, and then it just goes up from there. Travis is a really cool guy. He was at PowerCon, and if you scroll up to the top, Jay, some idiot did a video for him in his hotel room just to try and get some traction on this, because I want this person wanted to support, and you guys can watch this guy, fumbling with these things as much as possible. But yeah, no, it's a wonderful project. I really hope you guys take a look at it at least, and at the very least, spread the word about Hexastack. It's a wonderful modular system. I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun with it. You can really do some really cool things with this. And of course, if you ever tried to put all your figures in one display, you'll know that you can't see half of them when you're looking at them straight on. So this is just a wonderful way to display your figures. And I just wanted to let everybody know about Hexastack. Give these guys a follow and learn more about the project. And best of luck to Hexastack. They have 11 days to go, and any support you guys can do for these, even just shouting them out and telling people more about Hexastack would go a long way. So thank you, Jay. Didn't want to take up too much more.
No, you're fine. No, that's great. To me, I love supporting the independent makers, especially trying to leverage on Kickstarter and stuff like that. It's no easy task. It looks like they're $4,600. They got a little ways to go, but 11 days to do it. So yeah, if this is up your alley, I think it's pretty cool. To me, I am one. I mean, even in my display, like I just don't want it to be all plain in one level. So anything that kind of separates your display and lets it spread out and lets you be able to see a lot of figures is really cool. I love the magnet approach too, because it does make it easier to customize and put together. I have a lot of acrylic stands and stared stands and stuff like that. And the problem with acrylic is it's very slippery. It's very things can fall over very easy. And so it looks like the magnets solve for a lot of that.
Yep.
Slippability.
Absolutely. And what Travis is doing is he's actually creating a new peg system. So it's also have magnets, which is what you saw right at the end of that video. The guy who was doing it, again, he's a moron. He doesn't know what he's doing. But basically, you plug them in. By the way, it was me. You plug them in, and they actually have magnets on both ends, so that they can actually literally plug in and not fall over. It's a really interesting system. It's really diverse. And again, anybody who wants to take a look, please check out Hexastack on Kickstarter. But it's again lots of fun, and if you try to display something on your shelf, it can be a nightmare. Trust me.
Yeah, I mean, it's the struggle is real for us toy collectors for sure. But yeah, no, I think that's great. I think that's great. There's a lot of people that have submitted for Stump Mega J tonight, so I'm gonna try and get these together real quick. I don't know.
Oh boy.
I mean, how are you with toy accessories?
You know what? I'm gonna say that I'm not bad, but at the same time, you know me, I'm a Motu guy. I really stick to the kind of things that I love. So G.I. Joe, Motu, some other things, I think I'm pretty good. But when you start to getting, all the way into the desert, and you're looking at like, what's it called? Like My Pet Monster, or any of these really beloved toy lines that I should be familiar with, Visionaries or Mask, or anything. I think I'll be like, what the heck is that? But I just want to have fun, and that's actually what this is all about. So let's see what we can do.
Yeah, I don't know. The people are not being very nice to you. I just will say that. Like, there's a couple in here I think I could get, but
who wasn't nice? You know who wasn't nice?
What?
Mondo wasn't nice to me, man. Like, seriously, Mondo was not that nice. I was there to ask some genuine questions, and they kind of like put me in my place, and I'm just kidding. It was so much fun. By the way, the way you ran that panel, Jay, was awesome. Like,
thank you.
For a last minute, literally like they put you on the spot, for crying out loud. They're like, Jay, we know you're leaving tomorrow, but can you run our panel? And Jay's like, if I have to. He's up there. We
were gonna leave early on Sunday to be back, with a reasonable amount of time. It was kids had school the next day and stuff. But it's like, how often do you get the opportunity to moderate a panel for a toy company? So I was like, you know what? We'll figure it out. We're in. Let's go. So I appreciate the opportunity.
I'm just joking, by the way, guys. Those guys are awesome.
They're great people.
I've never, as Jay said earlier in the stream, truthfully, it's amazing how many toy company, not the executives. Like, let's get this straight.
There's the corporate side of it, and then there's like the people that kind of run the toys or whatever. Like two separate things. A lot of
sculptors. Like, I think you met him too. Corey Cantalupe. He was there too. He was with Boss Fight Studios. He's moved on from Hasbro to there, because he was, of course, the head designer at one point for sculptor for the G.I. Joe brand. And it's amazing how people just, again, you just meet these people, and they're so passionate about what they do, and they love the community, and they want to connect with us. So it was really great meeting all the guys at Mondo and just interacting with them, having fun. It was such a great experience at PowerCon, which you do not get at other cons that I've noticed. At least not without an appointment.
I will say, but for both, at least at Comic-Con, the Hasbro teams are really good about being around their booth, but it's crazy, it's packed. And even the Mattel, like Roy Suarez, like a lot of them are just hanging around the Mattel booth. You just go talk to them if you wanted to. Dan, who reviews, was just on a stream with him, member for 11 months. Thank you, Dan, who, for being a member.
Sweet.
Or GDL family member, I should say. Yeah, Peter's great. Peter, Hector, like they're just really good, down to earth people. All right, no more yammering. It's time to see if you can handle it, Mega J. Tonight on Stump Mega J. How are you still awake? Go to bed.
I know, right?
It's like 4 a.m. over there right now.
Yeah.
But all the love to you, Dan.
Yeah, Dan's in the UK, so like.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we were in a stream together earlier today. We were on the same team together. But yeah. Anyways, happy to see you, my friend. We need to have him back on it. Maybe the next Hasbro has what the hell is it called? PulseCon. We can do that again. But I don't want to keep you up awake too late though. All right, let's do this thing. Here we go. It's that time again. It's time to try and stump Mega J on his knowledge of all things toy accessories. Yes, he claims to be an expert. Not really, but we're gonna test him on his knowledge of toys in this segment we like to call Stump Mega J. So everybody, all around the world, it's time to do what? It's time to Stump Mega J. All right.
I was gonna say if it was Stump that J, you got two of them here. So how are we gonna do that? But
yeah, I was made it up on the spot. Stump Mega J, Stump Mega Man J, Stump that J, J that Stump, Jumble that J, Mega J Retro. Okay. Again, these were sent in. A few of y'all sent in. We got from Jace sent some in, Fox Hero, Dan Peterson, and Paul sent in some of these accessories for us tonight. Confuse that Canuck, yeah.
Not that hard. Just
all right. Here we go.
All right, let's see what we got.
You just kind of actually before we get, it's funny that Ryan Dole filled in for John a couple weeks ago.
Sure.
And then Toy Connections Ken.
Yeah, I watched that.
And it's 3 Canadians in a row in the guest spot for John.
Oh, there you
kind of
go.
interesting. That will be broken next week when Toy Sorceress from Toy Habits will be joining us, and she is from California.
She will be hard to stump. Okay, like
she knows her stuff.
She knows her stuff.
Yeah. So people have to send in really hard ones for next week. I just gotta say.
No pressure.
Gotta say.
No pressure.
No. Yeah, no pressure. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Okay, this one's I'm gonna start off with an easy one.
All right, let's hope. Let's see what happens.
Yep. There we go. The pin is not the accessory. That's to show you scale. Just to show you scale.
Can you zoom in at all? Like, because
sure, I'll zoom. I'll zoom.
I think I might know what that is. Is it Ninja Turtle related or?
It is Ninja Turtle.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm gonna go with a Donatello type of weapon.
It's not Donatello.
It's not Donatello. Okay.
It's a staff, but it's not Donatello.
Okay.
Maybe the techno bits could give you a clue.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Like, I watched a whole bunch of seasons, and they got those weird outline characters, right? So, well, at least I got the TMNT right. I think
you got TMNT. You're halfway there. TMNT. Living on a prayer.
The red is throwing me off, though. I think that's really the one that's kind of giving me the.
It's a cool figure. I'll give you one last hint. Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
The figure itself has a pretty cool gold paint job.
It's not Metalhead, is it?
Nope, not Metalhead.
Okay.
Shit, that's right. It's kind of confusing. It's not vac metal though. It's paint.
Oh, it's
gold paint.
Gold paint. Gold paint. That is a good question. Well, it's not Krang.
Nope, not Krang. Nope.
Gold paint. No. I'm gonna give it up.
The answer there is Fugitoid.
Fugitoid. Okay. All right. Not bad for a warm up. Not bad for a warm up.
All right. This next one is another staff.
What the heck is that? Can you zoom in on that one?
Yeah, sure. It's another staff.
What the heck is that? I'm tilting my head here. I can't even.
It's a staff. I would say it's a translucent, shiny bow staff.
Oh my god. You know what's really crazy about some of these things? It's just a cylindrical object. I can't even see the back of it. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah. I'll give you a hint. It is a bow staff.
Yeah,
but it's very futuristic looking.
That's a great hint.
That's just a straw.
I know. That's what I thought. I thought it was I was thinking, is that a straw? I really thought it was a straw. Okay. Is it turtle related again?
It is. It is turtle related.
Holy crap! Is it Donatello staff? No.
It is Donatello staff.
Okay.
Come on, you're 2/3 of the way there. You can get that last 33. I don't think you get the last 33%.
I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure about that. I mean, if it's like from their techno series or something. I really don't know.
It is a kind of techno.
Yeah, that's all you can give me though. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Well, I got Donatello at least, and
you know what? You're close enough. I'll give you one, but it's actually from the Fast Forward series of toys from the 2003 toy line. Fast Forward.
Geez. Yeah, I was way out of it by then. Holy crap! But that's a cool looking toy. I got to tell you,
it's pretty neat.
Yeah. I like the paint job. You know, do more silver some other way. But that's been rectified in other.
Hey, it's kind of cool.
That's great. It does look like a straw though. Like I would definitely hollow that out.
Out of context, it's a straw.
Plastic straws.
All right, next piece here.
Come on, what the heck is that? Zoom in on that one, Jay. What is that?
Okay, I mean, listen. I'll tell you what.
That could be the door cover from anything.
But think about it though. I will say I saw this and I got it immediately. And I'm not the best at this game. I will readily admit I probably wouldn't do great at this game.
All right.
But I feel like I think Toy Sources would get this one instantaneously as well.
Maybe. Give me one hint. At least
I'll give you a hint.
Okay, give me a hint.
Yo, Joe.
Oh god damn it. All right. Oh, okay. Wait a second. Hold on. Does it fly?
It does connect to something that flies.
No, but I'm just saying, like, is it because was there a Haslab for it?
Recently, yes, there was.
Okay, then I'm gonna say it's the cockpit landing gear for the Sky Striker.
You are correct. Hey, you got it. There you go.
Thank you for the hint. The hint was exactly what I needed, because other than that, I was like, what the hell is that?
Yes, it is the Sky Striker landing gear cover. It even has a little nub there for a little spring action.
That's right.
Flip up and flip down.
I just barely recognized that at the end.
Hey, listen, you're doing great. You're doing great, Jay.
Better than I thought.
You've pretty much been around the vicinity, and you got this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. This one, I had no idea what this was. Maybe you know what it is. I have the answer, but I didn't know it by looking at
it. Okay. You know what's crazy about that? It looks familiar. It's not Motu.
Nope, it's not Motu.
Yeah, it's not Motu. I could tell that right away. Is it Kenner?
No, it's Hasbro.
No, it is Hasbro. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hasbro.
And
wait, is it G.I. Joe?
No, it's not G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe, huh? Okay.
It is. People have gotten it right. It probably same era as some G.I. Joe stuff, but another iconic Hasbro toy line, I will say.
Wow. That's number one. They made a whole bunch of iconic things. But is it Hasbro specific, or was it like a purchase off of?
No. This is Hasbro. Well, kind of Hasbro original brand, like Holy Trinity Hasbro brand.
Really? Okay.
Arguably, I would say, I mean, G.I. Joe's kind of, but I would say their biggest brand of the past 30 years.
Wow. Okay.
40 years.
That and it's not G.I. Joe. Okay.
And it's not G.I. Joe. So what else could it be at that point if you think about Hasbro? And you didn't buy it from Kenner.
All right, let me.
Okay, last hint.
Yeah.
Would our friend Ken from Toy Connections would make a history of video?
Yeah. Okay.
Featuring this.
I was hovering around that anyway. Okay. I didn't know they made voice boxes for Transformers though. Like,
so that's maybe another little bit of a clue. What kind of toy line would add stuff to things that maybe already exist?
Well, is it Transformers or
it is Transformers?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what squawk boxes there were in Transformers, but see, if it's original G1, I would. I don't think it's G1 though.
It's not G1.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I figured this was somewhere like, and that's where I kind of get really stumped because outside of G1, I'm kind of like plus minus, right? So, what did they do with? It's got 2 buttons, so it does multiple voices. And is it a Decepticon?
It is a Decepticon.
Okay. Is it Soundwave?
No,
it's not Soundwave.
Close though.
Is it Blaster?
No. Shit. No. It is a Decepticon, famous Decepticon.
Yeah.
All right, good. Time for final answers. What do you got?
All right. I'm gonna go with because the other one I'm thinking about. I'm gonna say Shockwave. No.
It is the G2 Starscream.
Jeez, Starscream talked. Damn it. That must have been really annoying.
This talk box is perfect for his.
I know exactly. Not bad.
But I thought once you said Decepticon, I was like, okay, well, who? Like, it's Megatron, Starscream. Soundwave's my favorite, but
yeah. But as soon as I get into G2, I'm like, I don't know G2.
I got some of the G2s when they came out. I was like, oh, cool, I can get another Optimus Prime because mine's missing all of his pieces. But anyway, okay. And then last piece. This one I don't think you're gonna have a chance in hell.
Well, let's find out.
All right.
Well, that's the same one.
No. Hold on, I got it. Where at? Nope.
Starscream.
There we go. This little guy right here.
What the hell is that? Oh no! Unless it's laser tag, I think I'm gonna have a big problem here.
Yeah, this one I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, that's not laser tag. I know that. Is that a quarter or a nickel?
It is a quarter.
That's a quarter. Holy crap.
U.S. quarter.
This thing's huge. It's not Brave Star.
Nope.
Huh.
Okay, I'll give you a hint.
Yeah, give me a hint.
It is like a famous, was it mid to late 90s? I don't know, just a later half 90s animated series.
90s?
Yeah.
And you said famous.
At least to me, I just thought it was so innovative when I first saw it. I was like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen on an animated cartoon show.
From the 90s?
Maybe originally. I mean, is this a later version? Let me just double check. Yeah.
All right. So these are bigger. These are slightly bigger figures.
Slightly bigger figures.
Yeah. No, I don't think I'm going to take a couple of guesses at it, but this one's rough.
Okay.
Has anybody gotten the chat?
Are you looking at the chat?
No, I'm not looking at the chat.
Okay. Yes, people have gotten it right in the chat.
Okay. I'm not going to chat. I'm just curious if anybody actually got it because I'm drawing a blank here. From the 90s, And it was a cartoon though, right?
It was an animated show. Yes.
Oh, okay, animated show.
You could say a cartoon, but maybe not the same as other cartoons.
It's not Reboot, is it?
It is Reboot.
It is Reboot.
It's Reboot.
Okay. See, now I'm actually kind of, huh. All right.
So it is Reboot.
Is it connected to Matrix, or is it?
It is. It's Reboot's Matrix. Mega J, you pulled it out of your butt. You got
it. You know, it was a little thing because you were the hint was the big thing because I'm like 90s. You know, the only really famous thing in the 90s would have been either Reboot or Beast Wars, right?
Beast Wars, right? Like Beast Wars and like I remember seeing Reboot for the first time. I was just like, what is this show?
It really is. And it's a Canadian show.
Oh, it is? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. It was all done here in Canada, in Toronto, Canada.
Boom, there you go. As a Canadian,
see, Ryan Dole knows where it's
at. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, what is this? Let's go.
It was like Toy Story, but plus. You know what I mean? Like it was around that time. So
that's what kind of blew my mind, because just like, you know, like back then you watch like, I don't know, making of movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so like watching like the Pixar story or something and just seeing like it took them 75 years to make it or whatever. And then it's just like, whoa, they're doing a computer animation for just a TV, a cartoon show? What? Oh my God.
That was
kind of mind blowing.
Yeah. I actually visited the studios way after Reboot had already gotten off the air. Mainframe Entertainment had a couple of studios here in downtown Toronto, and they showed me their server room at the time.
Yeah,
it was massive, and
I can only imagine.
You step past the threshold, and you were literally freezing. It was so cold back then. It was so cold. And now you fast forward to 2023, you can do pretty much the entire thing on a small workstation in your room. Things have so much has changed. So much.
Oh my God. But well done, mate. You did good. I think you passed because you were at least close on a lot of them. You got a couple right.
Yeah.
You did great.
It was fun. And you know what? That last one though. Thank you for that hint. That was...
Yeah, Toy Sources, you're up next week, so just be ready. Be ready.
No, don't go easy on her. She's so good. She's pretending. She's so good.
So after dark, we're talking about third party versus license. We're gonna be joined by the legend himself, Ramen Toy. Ace from Ramen Toy will be there talking about it. Maybe have some updates on that sewer layer. Maybe just have a good discussion in general. Come hang out. Ramen became a patron last week. You should become one too. Only $5 or more a month. Coming out for the after show, GDL After Dark. Mega J, you may be joining us for a bit, or just come and say hey, peace out whenever. It's a hang. It's a hang. Come and hang out. Have a good time.
I will hang.
But yeah, Jay, anything coming up on your channel that you want to plug while we kind of get ready to get out of here?
You know what? As always, just trying to find out more about what's happening in the toy world. As of course, Jay is working on a couple of projects. Some mostly to do with crowdsourced projects, because like the idea that companies should be doing it, should they not be doing it?
Sure.
All these fun kind of questions in our minds, and of course, whether TMNT is just like exploding everywhere, and I would love to do a few more things on that. Other than that, no, just having fun. The community is so great, and just hanging out with you guys. One thing I did want to say though, really quickly, I am going to be giving away, since Ramen Toys here anyway, I'm going to be giving away a Gullwing special edition from Ramen Toy as I approach the 15K mark. So thank you guys for all the support. You guys are awesome. But I want to thank you, Jay, for inviting me, and of course, guys, please let's all keep John and the family
Susan
in mind. Susan, they're suffering right now, and you know what? So great that this community does come together and support everybody who's here. So
yeah,
thank you
100%. And you're pretty close to 15K. So if you want that special exclusive Gullwing giveaway, hit the sub on Mega J Retro. I feel like most people here in the chat already do, but if you haven't, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to Mega J Retro yet, please go over to his channel. He's in the Friends of GDL on this page right now. If you scroll down a little bit, and you'll see like Friends of GDL, and you see Mega J there with his Mega Man helmet on his head. Just click on that, hit subscribe. You will not be if you like the content here, you love the content there. You will not be disappointed. And I will say I'm kind of bummed they sold Ace sold out of the Gold Wings before I saw him on Friday at PowerCon, because I was like, that was one of the ones like, well, if he's got it, I'm gonna buy it. But anyway, Jay, thank you so much for copping on. Really appreciate it. Always love hanging out and talking with you, my friend. And everybody else, thank you so much for hanging out in the chat. Thank you for all of your comments. Thank you for hitting the like button. For our patrons, just patreon.com/geekdadlife. There's a link in the chat. Actually, I have links to both of Mega J's channel, or at least the two that maybe have more than that, but MJR Collector and Mega J Retro. Both of the links are in the description of this video, as well as the Patreon if you want to click on that. And come join us for After Dark. We got the Ramen Toys. Join us. Ace is going to be there. And yeah, that's it. We'll see you all next time. Hasta luego. And goodbye. Have a great night, everybody.